Hey, have you seen those videos on Instagram where people say, "Oh, you may be restricting too much," or "I stopped restricting and I lost 50 pounds," or whatever they say? I just want to give you a quick note of encouragement because when I see things like that, sometimes I start to wonder, how are these people not restricting anything in their diet? Like, how are they just saying yes to everything? And then they're at their fitness and health goals and they're at their goal weight. How is that even possible? Well, I don't really think it is. I don't think it is. I think if somebody's extremely metabolically healthy, even if their metabolism is optimized, even if they're working at their peak, it's unlikely that people are giving in to every off plan food choice that's out there. And it's a good reminder that we need to be careful because when we talk about, not restricting, that's one thing. We don't want to be so restricted that we don't enjoy what we eat. And that's why when I'm working with my clients on THM, we build in those on plan, delicious foods that are going to help them reach their goals that they can look forward to eating them. It's so important. You have to look forward to some things in your meal plan. You have to look forward to some foods that you're going to be eating in the week, or that would be really frustrating and kind of hard to feel so restricted that you don't enjoy anything you eat. So, absolutely, there is a component to that. And that's why the food freedom we have with Trim Healthy Mama is so amazing because we're doing that. We're getting that, food freedom in. We're really working in those really great, delicious foods that are on plan. But freedom doesn't extend to not ever restricting anything. So we need to have balance. We need to be able to look at it as, I am eating these on plan foods, and there's so much freedom within that because I can have on plan cake for breakfast. I can have all of these amazing foods that I can look forward to every day. But we also don't want to give up the healthy choices that we know will help us reach our goals. And I'm not going to say that people who claim to be eating off plan foods and unhealthy foods and inflammatory foods on a regular basis, I'm not going to say they're lying per se, but I am going to say that maybe they don't have a desire for those foods anymore. I know that after so many years on plan, I don't have a desire to eat off plan anymore. And maybe that's what they mean by not feeling restricted. I certainly don't feel restricted on Trim Healthy Mama now, but I did for the first year or two on plan. And I'm so glad I pushed through because, in my view, restricted just means that, we're restricted in every way. We can't drive 150 miles down the road. I don't even know if my car could go 150 miles, but you know what I'm saying? There are restrictions all around us that are good for us. God gives us restrictions that are good for us. Saying that we want to avoid all restrictions when it comes to our diet and we don't want to live restricted is really, in a sense, just saying, I want to eat whatever I want, whenever I want. There is a freedom and a purpose in having discipline. And that's where staying fully on plan has brought me that I can have that discipline. I can still enjoy life and I can still enjoy what I eat, but I look forward to different things now. And incorporating that discipline and having what some people may call restriction in my life has been so good for me and has bled over into other areas of life as well. But if you're only focused on what you can't have instead of focused on what you can have, it does start to feel restrictive and it does start to feel harder. And so I think that making sure you're incorporating things you will really look forward to and get excited about on plan, but making them things that aren't going to set you back is a key to long term success.